Good afternoon, colleagues, and welcome to KYRA Connect. KYRA Connect is a series of short videos ensuring that you're ready and prepared with any updates for September 2021. My name's Nicoll, and I'm Head of Teacher Development at KYRA. During this short video, I will be sharing with you lots of updates, but I'll also be sharing with you some QR codes, taking you to some significant links, information, portals, forms that you will need to complete, ready for the Early Career Framework rollout. Therefore, you might just want to pause the video for a moment, make sure you go and get a smartphone that has a camera function. All you will need to do is open your camera, point it at the screen at the QR code, and that will take you to the relevant forms and portals that I'll refer to in this short video. The Early Career Framework becomes statutory in September 2021. This will have a huge positive impact on our early career teachers. However, there are some significant changes that will impact your future planning and timetables within your setting. Over recent weeks and months, we have sent you lots of information to ensure that you are prepared. We do appreciate, though, there is a lot to change and a lot to action. In this short video, we will remind you of the key changes, sharing some essential actions that you will need to take if you have an early career teacher starting in September. Just to remind you, the phrase early career teacher is replacing what we're currently used to of newly qualified teachers. NQTs will be referred to as ECTs from September. As I mentioned a moment ago, I will be using a lot of QR codes in this presentation, just because there's lots of forms, websites that you will need to refer to. So do make sure you've got a smartphone ready so that you can capture those, taking you to the relevant information. The Early Career Framework becomes statutory in September 2021. As mentioned, this has some significant but brilliant and exciting changes for our early career colleagues. So what's changing? There is quite a lot that's changing and a lot to get our heads around and information to take. You might just want to pause the video for a moment while you have a look at this table that I have shared with you before. You can see it shares what the current arrangements are for our newly qualified teachers. And in the third column, it shares what's going to change from September 2021 for our early career teachers. Do pause your video for a moment as you read that information. We're really excited at KYRA to be working in partnership with Lead Teaching School Hub in delivery of the Early Career Framework and the appropriate body services. As you will be aware, Lead Teaching School Hub has been designated as a teaching school hub for Lincolnshire. The hub is working in partnership to deliver high quality support, guidance and services to schools and settings across Lincolnshire, with a single aim of developing teachers in the first 2 years of their career to a high standard, ultimately impacting upon pupils. KYRA are delighted to be one of the partners working with Lead, and we will be one of the delivery partners offering this across our region. We'll be a delivery partner for Lead Teaching School Hub, and we'll offer our support to early career teachers through the full induction programme with Education Development Trust and through our appropriate body induction services, working closely for Lead. As mentioned, there are some significant actions that you do need to take within your school if you've got an early career teacher starting with you in September. Because the Early Career Framework becomes statutory in September, you must ensure that you are prepared and have actioned the relevant things. On the screen, you can see I have outlined some of those actions that you will need to take. You do need to sign up to the DFE portal. This is all linked to ensure that they can track your early career teacher, and it's also linked to the funding that you will receive if you choose the full induction programme. You will ask to select one of the options below, either the full induction programme, the core induction programme, and the school-based programme. Just to say, the full induction programme is recommended by the DFE and ourselves, and currently as it stands, 95% of schools have signed up to the full induction programme. We highly recommend this route for your early career teacher. If you choose the recommended full induction programme route, you will need to sign up to an external provider. Lead Teaching School Hub, alongside KYRA and other delivery partners, have selected to work with Education Development Trust. You will also need to sign them up to Education Development Trust if you're going to go through this route. In a moment, I will share with you the QR code so that you can access the DFE portal and the EDT portal. You will also need to register your ECT to an appropriate body. As I've said, Lead are the designated appropriate body. KYRA will be a delivery partner for this. If you do have an ECT starting with you, please do email as soon as you possibly can the email address that you can see on the screen now. If you've worked with us before as your appropriate body, you will most likely be working with us again, and we look forward to connecting with you over the summer months and into September to support your early career teacher. You will also need to ensure that you've selected a mentor for your early career teacher. This role is significant and statutory. For more information, if you need any advice on who to select or what that role will consist of, please do email me. You can see my email address at the bottom of the screen. As mentioned, you will need to access the DFE portal. You will have received a link for the DFE portal via email. If you're struggling to find this, then do access the link via this QR code. It was recommended by the DFE last week that all schools complete this portal. This includes those schools who are not employing an ECT from September. By submitting this information to the portal, you'll hopefully reduce the bombardment of reminders and emails. As mentioned, if you do choose the recommended full induction programme, then Lead Teaching School Hub, alongside the other delivery partners, have selected to work with EDT to provide this. We will be delivery partners for that, and so you'll see some of the familiar faces over the year for your ECT as we deliver this support. If you are going to go for the full induction programme, you will need to sign up to the EDT portal, and you can access this via this QR code. I'm really conscious that there is a lot of information, and hopefully all of this is familiar to you. However, if this information is new to you, or if you haven't been able to attend one of the ECF Ready events, we would strongly recommend that you do this. This presentation and meeting led by Lead Teaching School Hub is a whistle-stop tour of the actions needed to be taken if you have an ECT starting. The ECF Ready event will be informative. It lasts for 45 minutes, and it will give you more detail of the options that I have shared with you this afternoon. It will also ensure that you're fully prepared for the ECF reforms. There is one more session left this academic year, which takes place on Wednesday, the 7th of July. To sign up to that event, please do use the QR code on the right-hand side of your screen to register for that event. I can't stress enough the importance of ensuring that someone from your school has attended that, to ensure that you have got everything ready to support your early career teacher from September. These QR codes will take you to two really useful documents: the Lincolnshire Guide to Early Career Framework and AAB Provisions. You can use the QR code underneath that title to access that. And the ECF Frequently Asked Questions. We appreciate the reforms are raising lots of questions, and Lead have kindly put together a frequently asked question document to ensure that hopefully you will have all of your questions answered. Earlier in June, the government shared plans to provide additional funding to support protected time for second-year teachers from September. These are those teachers currently undertaking inductions, your current NQTs. This information has now been added to the DFE guidance, which you can access by the QR code on the left-hand side of your screen. The key points from this DfE guidance are that all state-funded schools that currently have an NQT who is due to complete induction this summer will be eligible for a one-off payment of funding for the equivalent of an additional 5% off timetable for next academic year, so these teachers have additional time to invest in their development. This time off timetable is not statutory, but it has been designed to be used flexibly so that as many new teachers as possible can benefit from this additional support. The funding unit cost is based on 5% off timetable time, teaching time, for newly qualified teachers in the 2021 to 2022 academic year, and it equates to 44 hours. Funding will be based on the school workforce census returns. Payments will be made in arrears in the summer of 2022 to ensure that the payments are as accurate as possible and to avoid issues around teachers having moved schools. Schools will receive this funding as part of their normal payment from ESFA. The DfE will ask schools to confirm that the money has been spent in the way intended. Acceptance of the funding will be taken as confirmation. It's therefore recommended that schools should keep some record of this expenditure, such as receipt for classroom cover or a timetable for newly qualified teachers involved, but the DfE will not mandate what form this record should take and trust school leaders to use their judgment. Schools will have access to the DfE accredited development materials. Again, you can access that via the QR code on the right-hand side of your screen based on the early career framework to use during this time off timetable, but it is not compulsory to use these materials. Lead Teaching School Hub, alongside the other delivery partners, are currently putting together a package of support for our legacy NQTs and our NQTs +1, and we will send out details for you to book them onto that if you think that would be of use. So in summary, there are some actions that you will need to take to ensure that you are ready to support your early career teachers in September and to ensure that they are receiving their statutory entitlements. You need to complete the DfE portal. You need to complete the EDT portal if you are choosing the recommended option of the full induction programme. You do need to register your ECT with the appropriate body, and we highly recommend that you sign up to the ECF Ready event on the 7th of July. All the links for those portals and registrations can be found on the previous slides of this video. If you have any further questions, if you've got anything that you need to ask, please do not hesitate to contact me on my email. I'm really happy to talk you through these changes.